What's up? It's your girl Martha and Taylor, your favorite Gola girl. Welcome to my YouTube channel. As you can see from the title of this video, guys, we're going to be doing a reaction video. Yes, we're going to be reacting to how things are made. We're going to see how potato chips, pretzel, chocolate chip cookies, and many more. Yeah, we're going to see how they're all made in this video, this reaction video. So yeah, if you like this type of video, make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, guys. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
They say chips were invented when someone sent back his fried potatoes, complaining the slices were too thick. The insulted chef cut them paper thin and fried them to a crisp. So pride, not necessity, was the mother of this invention. Potato chips have since become the consummate snack food. They have to be made with fresh potatoes, no more than 24 hours old. Otherwise, the chips will have black spots.
And we don't want that.
A brushing machine removes the dirt. The potatoes travel along a water canal to the peeler. They tumble around and around against the peeler's abrasive rollers until the skins come off. This machine can peel 12,000 pounds of potatoes per hour.
Just by rubbing the skin.
A machine that separates the potatoes by size. The small ones fall below to be rinsed. The larger ones stay on top to be cut.
I'm so impressed already.
The rinser too.
I was cutting it.
Next, the potatoes go through slicers. The slicer's blades are adjustable. They can be set to different thicknesses or to different shapes. To slice ripple chips, for example. The centrifugal force created by the spinning throws the potatoes against the sharp blades. To make regular chips, they cut slices 6/100ths of an inch thick. An average potato will yield about 36 chips.
That's thin.
Finally, it's time to wash the potato slices. They spin inside a giant barrel of cold, fresh water for about a minute. Then, like at the car wash, the slices pass under an air blower to dry up the excess water. The fryer contains canola oil, boiling at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. It takes just 3 minutes to fry the potato slices into potato chips. Exit the fryer on the conveyor belt. The excess oil drips off. Next, a shower of salt. The chips then move on to the sorter. An electronic camera identifies any chips that have brown spots or other defects. The camera then triggers the thin pipe directly above that bum chip to blow it off the conveyor belt with air pressure. Elsewhere in the factory, they're making another popular snack food, cheese puffs. They take corn flour and mix it.
I love cheese puffs.
An extrusion machine forces the mixture through round holes. When the snake-like streams come out the other end, a knife cuts them into pieces. The heat in the machine then causes the flour in those pieces to explode. Slightly curled puffs. They spray the puffs with a mixture of canola oil, powdered cheese, and natural colorings. A revolving drum mixes it all together.
I love cheese puffs. So just corn flour and what? Very good to details. And cheese, yeah?
In the chips department, they spray the potato chips with powdered seasonings, which simulate flavors such as barbecue or salt and vinegar. The next machine separates and weighs the portions to be packaged. The chips drop into bags that are then heat sealed. It's taken about 15 minutes to go from raw potato to potato chips.
What?
A lot longer than it takes to eat them. When Marie Antoinette said let them eat cake, she probably didn't mean those mini jelly logs. Still, in the realm of treats for the sweet tooth, snack cakes have been revolutionary.
I don't know if I've had these before. I don't know.
A quick snack.
Maybe.
And individually wrapped to stay fresh. Veteran snackers will recognize this as a jelly log, a sponge cake rolled up with jam and a creamy filling. First, the factory bakes the sponge cake. It comes out of the oven in continuous strips. Those moving arms align the strips to receive the fillings. One machine then does it all. First, it deposits an even layer of cream filling, then blobs of strawberry jam.
It's so delicious.
Now the rolling begins. One side of the cake strip runs against a metal guide, which lifts and folds over the edge.
Yeah.
Then the cake strips run against a second guide, which rolls it over some more.
Honestly, it's just waiting to get that round shape.
Now the machine cuts the continuous strip into separate cakes. Then an automated roller completes the logs.
Finished it.
The jelly logs go onto a conveyor belt that positions them closer together, aligning them for the next phases of production.
Which is...
They travel through a waterfall of strawberry-flavored syrup.
I thought it was done.
Acts as a tasty glue. Next, the conveyor belt shakes off the excess, which, like the excess strawberry syrup before, gets fed through the machine again. Now, if all this doesn't have your sweet tooth tingling yet, the next snack cake will. Chocolate cream cake covered in a chocolate coating. Production begins in the mixer, where they combine eggs, a vegetable oil mixture, flour, sugar, water, glucose, a liquid sweetener, and cocoa powder. The mixture blends the ingredients at high speed for 1 minute. Then it pumps the batter to a machine called the automated depositor, which squirts the batter into cake molds. The conveyor belt transports the mold pans to the oven. The batter bakes for 7 minutes. To achieve just the right texture, there's a very specific heating pattern. Once the pans exit the oven, a robot flips the cakes upside down onto a conveyor belt. It stacks the empty mold pans onto a conveyor that sends them back for more batter.
See how tiny they are?
Now, the cakes flip right side up onto a wire conveyor belt. Air circulating between the wires cools the cakes. The next machine aligns the cakes in position for the next phases of production.
Slicing it open.
First, thin blades saw the cakes in half. Then, suction tubes remove the tops and place them next to the bottoms.
This machine
There's a portion of cream filling on each bottom. The cream is about the consistency of margarine. As the feeder tube above each cake delivers it, a wire cutter slices off a piece about 1/4 of an inch thick. Then the suction tubes put the tops back on. Now Now the cakes pass through a shower of hot chocolate-flavored liquid. This coats the top and sides.
I'm telling you, I will finish this one if I'm working here.
At the
Don't follow me.
The cakes travel through a bag.
I love chocolate cake already.
This coats the underside.
You know what you place what?
Let's blow off the excess.
Should I get that? Sadly, please.
The cake goes through a cooling tunnel. This hardens the chocolate-flavored coating. Then it's off to the packaging department. The cakes file into a sheet of polypropylene film. The machine seals, then cuts the film between each cake. This keeps each one fresh until snack time.
How and when the first pretzel came to be depends on whom you ask.
Okay.
One story tells of a monk baking rewards for children who were pious. Today's bakeries still fold the dough to resemble arms crossed in prayer, but they do it much faster, granting tasty wishes to a lot more snackers.
I'm crossing prayers. What do you look like that?
Although hard pretzels are more common, this company makes the more traditional soft-baked ones. To make enough dough for 4,870 pretzels, a worker first blends shortening, sugar, and salt in a huge mixer. The machine automatically adds yeast, corn syrup, 6,200 liters of cold water, and 345 kilos of flour. The cold water helps make the dough elastic, so workers can shape it before it hardens. A worker then opens the mixer and slows the blades to help the dough fall out.
I'm so amazed right now.
He splits the batch on a table.
I know it's just baking there.
That go into a tank called a hopper. It feeds an auger that channels the dough chunks through little guillotines. The blades chop the chunks into 70-gram balls to make small pretzels, or 140-gram balls for large pretzels. Two conveyor belts squeeze them into 40-centimeter long segments called noodles. Another machine now grabs the ends of each noodle and twists them over each other.
It's a machine that's twisting these things. I feel like someone that is twisting. Oh man. You should do everything now.
Traveling, the plate then gently flips the pretzel dough onto another plate below. That plate carefully flips the doughy creations onto a 36-meter long conveyor belt. The raw pretzels now travel on the conveyor for 14 minutes, the time it takes for the dough to rise. Next, they move through showers of liquid sodium hydroxide heated to 82 degrees Celsius. That seals in the moisture, so the pretzel will be chewy when you eat it. They go into an oven that's about the length of a city bus. As they enter, flames sear and harden the outside. This prevents the bottoms from sticking to the mesh conveyor belt during baking. After about 3.5 minutes at 293 degrees Celsius, the pretzels are piping hot and golden brown. They drop onto a long conveyor where they gradually cool on their way to the next step, a trip through a freezer that's longer than 7 Olympic-sized swimming pools. After 30 minutes at minus 28 degrees Celsius, the pretzels are rock solid and ready for packaging. But first, a camera scans them so that a computer can track each pretzel and guide a robotic arm to pick it up. This arm is one of 5 operating at separate points on the line. The robots process 1 pretzel per second and clean up after each other until the belt is picked clean. The pretzels then fall through a sliding gate, landing on a conveyor that whisks them off to the next step. There, a machine drops a packet of coarse salt into each bin of 6 pretzels. A mechanical arm nudges the pretzels over to make room for it. The salt packet lets you season your pretzel the traditional way before warming it up at home. The machine blows open plastic bags with compressed air. Mechanical arms push the pretzels and salt packet inside. A robot arm then places each bag into a cardboard box. The printing on this package displays
This entire process has generated that no human being.
eating instructions. Next time you're looking for a salty snack, don't tie yourself up in knots. Just have a pretzel instead. Legend has it that chocolate chip cookies were invented in 1930 by an American innkeeper who ran out of baker's chocolate.
I love chocolate chip
By
cookies.
breaking a semi-sweet chocolate bar into small pieces. Instead of melting, the chocolate merely softened, dotting the cookie with chocolate chips. They look homemade
The more you know.
homemade, but this home is a factory. Each ingredient goes into an industrial-sized mixer. Then brown sugar.
That should taste delicious.
The mixer thoroughly blends these first ingredients until the butter becomes soft and creamy and the sugars are evenly dispersed. Then it's time for the headliner, chocolate chips. They're semi-sweet, which is a mixture of bitter and sweet chocolate. Next, flour, followed by baking soda to make the dough rise, and salt to add flavor. The final ingredients are whole eggs, beaten, combined with vanilla, made from beans harvested in Madagascar, Africa.
What?
Mixing resumes until everything's well blended, which usually takes about 5 minutes. The company closely guards recipe specifics, but if you're curious, you could probably figure them out by multiplying the ingredients of a home recipe to the yield of a production batch. Workers transfer the cookie dough to a machine called the former. It pushes the dough through round dies, producing row upon row of round pieces weighing 41 grams each, one of several sizes the factory produces. The factory then flash freezes the dough rounds for sale to food service customers such as restaurants and hotels, which bake the cookies in their own kitchens. The freeze tunnel uses liquid nitrogen to create the frigid temperature. The passing dough rounds solidify in approximately 5 minutes. Exiting the freeze tunnel, the dough rounds pass under a metal detector to ensure they don't contain any metal particles. This safety measure is standard practice in the food industry. The packaging system is entirely automated. The first station erects the box. The second station lines it with plastic. A conveyor belt, meanwhile, feeds the frozen unbaked cookies onto automated scales. Once a scale hits the per box weight, feeding pauses. The bottom swings open, and the cookies drop into the box, now waiting directly underneath. The next stations seal and label the boxes. Pallets. The pallets go into where they stay until it's time to ship them out by freezer truck to the customer. This company also sells gift tins of cookies online and by catalog. For that market, they bake the cookies in-house. Workers lay out the dough rounds 5 centimeters apart on trays lined with parchment paper. This prevents sticking, making it easy to remove the baked cookies without breaking them. The dough rounds are nearly 4 centimeters wide by 2.5 centimeters high. As they bake, they flatten out and double in diameter. The trays remain in the oven for 7 minutes at 150 degrees Celsius. A turntable inside rotates them so that the cookies bake evenly throughout the tray. A few cookies per batch go to the quality control tester, who, unfortunately, doesn't get to conduct the assessment by eating the samples. Rather, the tester measures the diameter and height to ensure consistency in size and chip content.
This is serious business.
In the online and catalog order assembly area, the bottom part of the gift tin with a decorative cellophane bag. Then they carefully layer the correct number of fresh cookies inside in a staggered configuration. This not only creates a nice presentation, it also prevents damage in transit. They close the bag with a gold twist tie to seal in the freshness. Close up the tin, then pack it for shipping. This is how to give a gift of homemade chocolate chip cookies without ever setting foot in the kitchen.
Oh wow! I didn't know they take chocolate chip this serious. So is that a measure in our chocolate chip cookies? Yeah. So yeah guys, that is the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoy watching as much as I enjoy reacting to this video. So yeah, until next time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!